What's going on, guys? Today we are revisiting a game that is unbelievably 9 years old. NHL 16. We're going to go back, turn back the clock, and see how this game holds up in 2025. Was it any good? Is it better than NHL 25? Just wanted to go check it out, see how. Oh my god, that stick. I have that stick. Holy crap. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even realize it. Wow. That does that date me? I don't know. That's crazy, dude. Obviously, you got Johnny Tays on the cover. Let's just take a look. We're gonna play. I think we're just gonna do a play now. Unfortunately, the server, as you guys can see, the servers aren't used, so there's no online playing or anything. But I'm just gonna try to take a look at some things and kind of see how it looks, how it feels. And for those of you guys that don't know, I have an affinity for older games. I prefer older titles. You want to call it nostalgia? Okay, fine. But there's just, to me, older games, even NHL 16, which is not, it's not that old, right? It's not that old. It's not NHL 05. But for some reason, it's like as the years pass with games, they kind of just, they lose touch with what made them so good, what made them so fun. And it's just the little things. It's like they lose touch with the little details that actually were big details in looking back in hindsight, right? So just looking at this menu, now they have the stupid NHL theme, which I still think is in the game today. NHL theme is stupid. I don't have the actual soundtrack playing, because I don't know if this one even had an actual soundtrack, but unfortunately, there's copyright crap on YouTube, so just avoiding the music, even if there is or isn't. But on all the games I'm going to play, I'm going to unfortunately have to turn off the music, which sucks. I don't think you're allowed to play it, so unless somebody knows. If you know that you are allowed to play music, please let me know, and I'll let it play. Because some of these soundtracks were phenomenal, especially the older games. Anyway, just looking at this menu, I like it. This feels like a blend of the new NHL menu with the older one. It looks like hockey. Whereas with these newer games, it's very grayed out and boring. And they'll have hockey player pictures in the background and stuff, but actually now it's a lot more gimmicky, right? So if you go and you play EASHL, you see a lot of the stupid gimmicky stuff, and the freaking moose heads and what have you, right? All that, the crap that they put in the game now. But this game, it's still very in touch with what hockey. It's hockey. It's the NHL. Here are the NHL players that you want to play as, right, in the video game. Here you go. We got pictures. Your favorite team is the Rangers, so we're gonna show you pictures of the Rangers, and they did this for every team, and I thought this was better. I like that. It's still, and obviously they still do it in their own way in the newer games, but just this presentation alone, I think, is better compared to now, because everything now is grayed out. It's grayed out, lines without anything like this. So just off the bat, I prefer the menu. I think the menu for this game is better, even though it's NHL 16, even though this would have been Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So it's not that long ago. I'm already giving NHL 16. I'm already giving them a thumbs up just for the menu. So we're going to play now, as obviously can't do anything online, so I'll play as the Rangers. And, well, actually, no, I should play as a different team, because the Rangers, unfortunately, don't have the same presentation rights as some of these other teams do. So we're going to play as, we'll do Chicago. We'll do Chicago, because I think Chicago, you're fine with them. The Rangers are the only team that you don't get all the rights for in the video games, which is hilarious. But anyway, taking a look, just look at this presentation. Look at this. I'm not going to say anything. Look at this.
Hi, everybody. Along with Eddie Olczyk, Mike Emmerich. We have a thrilling Western Conference matchup tonight. You look at a map and you realize these teams can be separated by a lot.
Yeah, and mileage, especially teams on the left coast, Doc. But two words come to mind when you think about the Western Conference: big and heavy. That's the Western Conference. The Kings have to understand early in this hockey game, especially being the road team, you have to have the willingness to play that big, heavy game. Get the puck in early, get your legs into it, and weather the first 10 minutes of this period.
Like, dude, that was so good. That was so good. That was so good. And it's like, why did they get away from this? It's like they were just on the cusp. They were on the cusp of really, really figuring out something great with the game's presentation, and they just decided to go away from it. And I'll never understand that. I'll just never understand it. Like, that was such a good presentation. I don't know why it didn't show it, but they also, so the reason I picked Chicago is because before the game they would also cut to like what the city that you're playing in looks like outside. So they'd have like an area like they do, with the actual presentation of hockey today. They'll show you the city, what's going on in the city. What a live shot of, hey, we're in New York. Here's a live shot of New York right now, right? They were on the cusp of doing something just so like. And now the commentary, the fact that you have a commentator who's not an NHL commentator, who is extremely gimmicky, caters to Gen Z, and as someone that is Gen Z, he fucking sucks. I'm sorry, but not sorry. The commentator for the NHL games today is just not a good commentator. He's not Gary Thorne. He's not Doc Emmerich. He's just he's not Jim Houston. He's none of these commentators, and it's not pleasant to listen to. I mute the commentators. I can't listen to it. I can't. Now, you see, I got Doc Emmerich on. I can listen to Doc Emmerich. He's great. He's one of the best commentators of all time. And they just don't do it anymore. They're just like, no, we're just not good. I mean, you have so many good commentators today still, despite ESPN being in charge in the States and despite ESPN having lackluster coverage, you still have some great commentators that you could come in and that could come in and commentate these video games, and they just choose not to do it. Why? I don't know. But I digress. We're 5 minutes into this game. I gotta talk about the game a little bit, right? So, how does the game play? Okay, how does the game play? It looks pretty similar to what we're playing now, but it has this feel to it where it's like it almost feels more realistic, which if you guys remember, for those of you guys that were playing, a few years ago, this was kind of the big selling point for these games, was like, okay, it's going to feel more realistic. It's going to feel more like hockey. And just coming back and playing, it does have that feeling. Whereas now the game has kind of felt like it's reverted back to just feeling more arcadey. This game really does feel like a true hockey simulation, and it's slow, right? It's kind of slow, but it's not like an unpleasant. Oh my God, Panarin and Kane on the same team. That's fucking unbelievable. Yeah, it's got this kind of slow pace to it, but it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable, and I don't know, it looks better. Like, look at. I was just on 25. I was just shooting a video for NHL 25, and I'm sorry, but this game, it looks and feels better than 25. It really does. And I don't know if that's just nostalgia-colored glasses or something, but I never would have thought that I would feel this. Oh my God, Vinny LeCavier on LA. Holy moly. Yeah, it's got this feel to it, guys. I don't know how to describe it, but it's crazy what a few years can do to your opinion of a game. And maybe I'll be looking back at NHL 25 in 2035 and I'll be like, you know what, NHL 25 wasn't that bad. Maybe, I don't know, but this game holds up, man. It plays good. It feels good. You know, it I don't know. I don't know. I just there's something. It's like as the years to me, as the years pass, and like listen to that. The comments, it's just great. That's great. This feels like a hockey game. The games now, they don't feel like hockey games anymore. If I can't even put on the commentary for your game now, it's like I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just it's the way I feel about it. I don't know. I just prefer the older games, and I feel like probably up till NHL 17. I know a lot of people like 17, so we'll probably go check out 17 again too and see how it holds up today. But just playing this game for a little bit. I don't even know if I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna finish the game out. Just wanted to play a little bit here. Just kind of take a look, see how it feels, see how it plays, how it looks. If you have an itch to go back and revisit some older games, and you're like, what should I go check out? I've kind of had enough of the newer games. I'm telling you guys, this one NHL 16 holds up, man. It holds up. It's fine. It plays good. You can't play online, unfortunately, anymore. But you know, this was a solid title, man. This was it. It's crazy. It really is crazy, like coming back and revisiting this game years later. But what a better presentation. And maybe it was just NBC and just NBC's presentation of the game that was better. And I think we took it for granted. You know, looking back now, and especially as someone, you know, I understand there's plenty of, you know, Canadians that don't really know the problems that us Americans have dealt with the presentation of hockey in the States. But, you know, ESPN I'm sorry, but ESPN's coverage of hockey is just, it sucks. It sucks. I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care if there's more people watching hockey today. The way that ESPN presents hockey is just, it's nowhere near where NBC was. NBC had such a better presentation, even if the numbers weren't there. I don't know. I don't care. I remember what I watched with NBC. I remember being more invested into the product of hockey when NBC was in charge. And yeah, to a T, to the video game as well. I mean, this was cool. This was cool. It had a much cooler feel to it. I don't know. It's just, it was different. It was different. But as far as the game goes, guys, this really, it feels solid. It plays solid. You know, you wouldn't, if you are playing NHL 25 today and you come back and revisit this game, you're going to be like, wow, this like plays exactly the same. It's like this just it might even arguably feels better. So yeah, just wanted to go back, check it out, and kind of get a feel for it. Play a period there, scored a goal, which was nice. Great presentation. You know, was it perfect? No. Would I hold this game in the same regard that I hold the older NHLs? Like, NHL, like my favorite is NHL 06. That was my first game. Definitely biased there. I loved it though. And it is regarded as one of the better ones. I know a lot of people say 04 is the best one. I have played 04. I'll probably play it on the channel here. We'll go check it out. But would I put 16 in the same basket as those games? No, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And I would say that NHL 16 was closer to those titles than the games that we have now. It's just because to me, at this time and EA's gaming kind of history with NHL, you still had people in charge of the game, I think at least, that had a better feel for what NHL gamers really wanted. Like true, you know, any NHL gamers that have been playing NHL for a long time. You know, not the new generation, not the, you know, Gen Zs. I don't even know if it's Gen Z anymore. I think it's generation past us, because I'm 27. I'm Gen Z, and I'm sorry, but the crap that they put out today, I'm just not with it. Like, I'm just not with it. I don't. it's just not for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone. Maybe, other 27-year-olds like what they put out today. But I'm sorry. This was more of what NHL should be in my eyes, and the direction that they should have gone in. Presentation-wise, 100% presentation-wise, this was better. And you could have built on this, and unfortunately, the NBC deal falls through, so they lose those rights. They go a different direction with the commentary. They lost track. They've been off track for a pretty long time, in my humble opinion. But that's just one guy's opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this game, maybe the current state of NHL as well. So feel free to drop a comment down below, share your thoughts. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you liked the video. It goes a long way for the channel. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you. And I will catch you guys at the next one. Bye for now.